All right. Check, 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 check. Mic check. Hey, there we go. Lighting fix. Check, check. Mic check. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Q&A number 12 for the month of December 2023. Looks like we got one or two people in here right now. Thanks for tuning in. Slow mode is on in the chat. That helps prevent spammers, some of those bot accounts out there, but also it helps me to keep track of the chat. Appreciate you all being here, and those that are going to join, welcome, welcome. Give it a couple of minutes here. So I have a community post in my community tab. I'm going to go through those questions first, and then I will interact with everyone in the chat and answer questions, talk back and forth, things like that. ACR Protect, what's up, brother? How you doing? So yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. I just fed you, cat. I got a cat talking to me right now. Yeah. Uh-huh. Is that right? Okay. Well, I need to talk to these people. I just fed you. You have food. Don't give me that. No. Martin Fortiersman, what's up, brother? Sorry, I was talking to my cat for a second. She, the one is a diva and expects to be fed every 2 hours. So, all right, fine. Come here. Say hi. This is Chi Chi. She's a diva, but I love her. Get your claw out of my shirt. There you go. Alrighty. So we got some people tuning in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Slow mode is on in the chat. That is just to help keep spammers away and things like that. Also helps me keep track of the chat as well. Cats are assholes. They can be, but mine are cuddly and wonderful. So I don't hate them. Yeah, that's right. Okay, go on. ACR Protect out here having a beer and playing with the dogs, enjoying a nice Texas evening. Well, cheers to you, brother. I'm not drinking, but I have water, so cheers. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through the community post questions first. I'm going to get those knocked out, and then I'll talk with everyone in here. Mic check. Okay, mic is good. It looks good. Okay. Community post questions. To start off, Riffs from the Abyss 666. What's up, brother? My buddy Oscar. He's in a couple of bands, Lunar Illusion, Paralysis, and a couple of others. He is a fantastic musician and one of my friends in that scene. Excuse me. His question: which black metal band's guitar tones do you like best? Ooh, that's tough, man. There's a lot of black metal bands guitar tones that I like, and I mean I listen to a whole gamut of real lo-fi raw stuff to really high polished, high production. I mean Marduk, Belphegor, bands like that I really like. Tenebrosis, the Legion. I really like the sound of like Zarathustra. I also like again like Belphegor and some of those other bands, that Black Death and Dissonant Black Death fusion with heavier tone. I like that just as much as the really raw, higher end lo-fi stuff. So I like a lot of it, man. Definitely a little bit of not really a purist, but I really do enjoy the sound of more organic mic'd amplifiers over a lot of the um, patches and VSTs out there for digital. Um, just because you can get a lot less scooped sound, especially out of like tube amps and things like that. But I like it all across the board as long as it's done right for that style and it sounds good and stuff. Like, yeah, I like it. So, not really too terribly picky with it. Well, that's a good question though. I like a lot of it. So, thank you, man. Bukovac, yo, what's up, brother? Thanks for tuning in. That is my buddy, the other half of Pythonism, one of the bands I'm in. Go check that out. We do have a split coming out soon. We have 2 other albums. We have a split coming out soon. He's also a veteran, so veteran community brothers, give him some love too. But of course, what's up, brother? Getting through community post questions here, and then I'll start talking more with people here in the chat. Um, Next question from Decline of the West. How do you feel about the band Voda, however you want to pronounce it? I recently discovered them on Spotify, and I'm loving their stuff. Oh yeah, great band. Kind of pertaining to the last question, they have really good tone, really good sound, very apt musicians. I like them as a band too, and I listen to them. Yeah, I was just working on a new book earlier, and I had some of that music on to include them and some other bands while I was just typing away. Um, it's just nice to have in the background. But yeah, no, I like that band quite a bit. So hell yeah. Fatty West Side. What is one thing you think people don't prepare enough of or for? Natural disasters in general. General disaster preparedness is more common than just about anything else, and people don't train for it. They don't have preparations in place. They don't have contingencies in place. They don't have emergency planning in place. Um, Let alone there's a lot of people that don't even have, like, if they're renting, they don't have renter's insurance or anything. I do. Um, there's a lot of things like that that people don't do just for, again, something that is the most prevalent in living on this planet, and people just do not have preparations in place for it, whether it's actionable operational practice and drills and planning in that regard, resources, supplies, as much as the contingencies therein, emergency contacts, and again, insurance and a number of other things. Like, that is, in a broad spectrum, that is a huge thing that people do not prepare for, and they need to. Um, Again, first and foremost kind of thing. Um, yeah, that's what I think. People are very ill-equipped and unprepared for the simplest disasters that happen anywhere. Doesn't matter. Tornadoes, wildfires, floods, hurricanes, earthquakes, uh, blizzards, you name it. Anything, a lot of that across the board, and people just don't plan for it, and don't have plans in place. So get your ducks in a row, folks, because more and more natural weather events are happening or being noticed, and people need to plan for them, um, in a large number of ways. And there's a lot of good information out there apart from stuff that I've put out before. So, yeah, people just they need to work on that planning and stuff. So, good question. Next question, also from Fatty West Side. What's something you think gets overlooked that should be in everyone's kit, i.e., chapstick, foot powder, cleaning kit, etc. All those items are good to have in your kit. Overlooked other items in kit: tape, 100-mile-an-hour tape, namely, or a green duct tape, but 100-mile-an-hour tape. Having lubricant for your tools, your boomsticks, or oil for your blades, because a lot of blades you still need to oil. Um, Things like that, apart from, well, and in my area, cold weather environments and stuff, having a lighter is important. Um, you're going to end up using it to thaw out your safety selector on your rifle. You're going to end up thawing out dials and switches on your optics, things like that, because it gets that cold. Yeah, so just stuff like that. Um, Kit items like that. Just have a good blade, and just have some of those items, some that you mentioned and some that I just talked about. So those are all necessary and essential things I think you should have in your kit. Next question: wired tight. I know you said you were going to tune in. Hopefully you tune in soon, bud. Tune in soon. So thanks for the question. Walk us through your course of action if you're in a firefight and you get shot in the arm, of uh, shot in the arm of the hand, and now you have to stay in the fight with one working appendage. Well, it depends on where you're shot in the arm, but obviously you're going to have to address that wound right away. compression, wrap it, or pack the wound if it's more severe, and then apply a tourniquet. You're probably going to have to apply a tourniquet no matter what. So high and tight up on the arm to get that on. You can still use your arm a little bit, even with the tourniquet on. It's going to hurt like hell, and your hand will probably go numb after a while, but you'll still be able to use it at least for a little bit. That also plays into, hey, you better know how to shoot both hands. Shoot with your offhand, shoot with your primary, and using your environment to make stable platform for yourself, for your rifle, to get effective shots on target while you're still in that fight and trying to get out of that fight. That's pretty standard SOP for that kind of thing. So Dan Booker, yo, word homie, GG. What Gangsta? What's up, man? How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. So that was a good question, wire type, but that's pretty standard SOP for that kind of thing is treat the wound, do what you need to using your environment and your proficiency and skills to keep laying fire and get out of the fight as quickly as possible. Pretty simple. At least you should keep it simple, right? Let's see. Next question. From Comp Wagoneer. I think that's Vlad the Impaler. Top 5 bands, any genre. Man, I can't just list top 5. I listen to so much music and I have so many bands that I really like. I can't name just 5 bands of any genre. There's a lot of bands that I like. I mean, I could list a bunch off, but I can't pick a top 5. It's impossible for me. It is impossible for me to pick a top 5. I can't do it. When it comes to, like, say, black metal, definitely like Belphegor, Tenebrosis, Marduk, Watain, Nightbringer, Oculus, Dumal, Zero through Zero. The list goes on and on and on and on. It's a massive list. Same with death metal and death metal crossover fusion styles. Like avant-garde dissonant death stuff, like Ulcerate and bands like that. Straight up death metal, dude, you name it. Old school death metal, I listen to a lot of that, and newer death metal bands. Grave, Unleashed, Suffocation, Cannibal Corpse, all the way up to Defeated Sanity, Inherit Disease, Disgorge, Abnormity, Abominable Putridity, Brain Drill, Odious Mortem, whatever, you name it. The list goes on and on and on. I can literally just list off bands ad nauseum that I really like. I don't have a top 5 in any genre, though. So yeah, just a lot of bands, man. I just love music and I listen to a lot of it. Dan Booker just saying there's a great new band called Jack the Elbow. What kind of music is it? Like, what subgenre and stuff? Let me know. I'd be interested to check it out. If it's something in line with something I'm interested to. I don't listen to new metal, so yeah. But like, if it's thrash or whatever, like, yeah, I'll listen to that stuff too. Last question in the community tab questions from the Angry Security Guard channel. What's up, brother? Thanks for the question. What do I think of Allied Security, Allied Barton? I've never worked for them. I've encountered them. One of the site assessments I did not terribly long ago, it was Allied Security that was on site for the on-site security. The guys seemed relatively knowledgeable and proficient, at least in their site and at their duties and stuff, I know they have an executive protection wing and district department within their company too. Heard some pretty okay things about them. Otherwise, as far as like general Allied security stuff, I mean, it goes anywhere from entry level to, again, specialized like executive protection. So I don't really know much else about them. Otherwise, I've never worked for them or anything. And I've only had small, very brief encounters with Allied people, personnel. So I don't really have anything negative or good to say about them, just because I haven't really dealt with them all that much. But I do know their executive protection sector is pretty good. And again, the people that I've individually and personally come across, again, they seem pretty good at what they do, even if it is just entry-level uniform stuff. yeah, that I don't really know or have much else to say on them otherwise about them with that. So, but yeah, that's that. Thanks for all the great questions in the community post. So that was all those. So now I have free talk with everyone here. Interact with the chat. Practical Rifleman, what's up, brother? How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. So yeah, just kind of back and forth, feed off people in the chat now. Slow mode is on every 10 seconds. You can type again. It helps keep the spammers away, and it helps me keep track of the chat and stuff. Make sure you have it set to live chat so you can see all the comments and stuff. I have noticed that there are some people, for whatever reason, out of my control, that they try and say something in the chat and it'll show up afterwards in replay, but it won't show up in the live chat, which I don't know why. So probably because some of them are, shadowed or whatever. So that's not anything on my end, unfortunately. So if I do miss any comments that other people do see, uh, let me know. And I'll go back afterwards once the video publishes, and I will look at and see if there's people that are talking that I can't see in the chat for whatever reason. Practical Rifleman, hope everything is going well. Sorry, I've been MIA. Hey, it's okay, man. You got to do what you got to do. I've been kind of MIA, like, from Discord and stuff too. I've been busy. I had all day yesterday. I had medical appointments and stuff, yearly follow ups and stuff, and I've been working on another book. Just been preoccupied by other things, working on music. So that's, I should mention that. This is an announcement. I did some songs for Randall for Grunt Proof for Seer Challenge Season 3. So you're going to hear some of my music that I've done specifically and especially for him, for his proprietary use in the new Seer Challenge videos. So that's pretty cool, and I'm excited about that. Some good metal coming your way, folks. So that's cool. That's cool news. Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, I've just been busy too, man. So it is what it is, right? Um, yeah. So yeah. Anything else? Any news for people? Any questions? Anything? A joke? Whatever it is, throw it in the chat. And hello again, everyone who's here. ACR Protect, Modern Frontiersman, Bukovac, Dan Booker, Practical Rifleman, and anybody else who may be in here who has not said anything yet. Go ahead and say hello. I don't bite too terribly hard anyway, unless I'm trying to. Oh, got F-35s flying over my place right now. They're doing some night flight stuff. ACR Protect asks, hey, in regards to security in your state, what can a security officer carry? Just handguns, shotguns, rifles? It depends on the contract. It depends on various requirements based on what the contract is, who the client is. Yeah. Typically, it's mostly handgun, and then sometimes a shotgun or a patrol rifle as a backup. Again, it depends. The rifle and rifle and shotgun are usually a little bit more specialized for higher end contracts. There are several uniform security companies here that are contracted by the state for protection to, like, parking structures and stuff around the cities and things like that. They don't even carry a firearm. They have tasers and stuff. When it comes to other state level contracts and then federal contracts and things like that, and certain private client contracts, that's where you'll be carrying firearms, kind of thing. And with our state, you have additional security oriented firearms licenses that you carry, that you have to have on you when you're carrying in a duty capacity in private security. AEW, what's up, man? How you doing? Any training tips for those of us stuck training at public ranges that really limit what we are allowed to do? Yeah. So I shoot at public ranges a lot too. I have really nice public ranges here in my state, and why not use them? They're operated and maintained under our Department of Natural Resources. So with those, I mean, there's certain things you can do. I mean, if they allow it, if you don't have RSOs, range officers who are complete buttheads, you can do, from the holster draws and practice your fundamentals like that, or just work on your marksmanship fundamentals too. Um, Say you have some open lanes on either side of you in a bay, you can set up multiple targets downrange and engage different targets at different angles and stuff. Some public ranges have VTAC barriers and stuff, so practice on those if they have them. If you're relegated to the bench though, just work on your fundamentals and your marksmanship as much as possible, both pistol and rifle, and then shotgun too if you're using that. Um, Work on your fundamentals, and then you can slowly work up to faster, more proficient, and more effective rounds on target and things like that. And then when you're able to go other places, private land, whatever, and go do some patrolling training and stuff, then you can apply more dynamic and advanced skills and stuff. Um, I don't do competition shooting, but you can also get into that too, because public ranges and private ranges, even if you're not a member to a private range, if you're registered for a shooting competition, you can go shoot at that range for that event. So that's another way to take advantage of that and use that as a loophole, quote unquote. Um, Even if you're not a member to a private range, so just kind of a side note there too. But yeah, just work on your fundamentals. And whatever is allowed at a public range. Practical rifleman. Did you end up getting any hunting in? A little bit. I did not get a deer this year. Um, did not have time for that, unfortunately. But I did do a little small game hunting and stuff. Um, because I like to hunt rabbit and squirrel and things like that too. But yeah, I missed my deer season this year, unfortunately. Was just too busy. But I did get a little bit in, a little game hunting and stuff. So um, we can also under the general small game, grouse and stuff are allowed as well. We have grouse in my state, especially further north. So we hunt grouse and stuff too during the season, which is cool. So a little bit. ACR Protect. Copy that. Thanks for sharing. So similar text. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's fairly standard across the board as far as security work goes by state. It just depends on certain state nuances and regulations, and then certification process and the contract you're on, and what's allowed and what's not allowed, and whatever else is involved with that. Yeah. Wiretight, what are your thoughts on civilians taking up the pursuit of quote unquote Minutemen? I think it's essential, necessary for the free state, as it all says in the Constitution. Um, it's just people really just need to absorb and apply the knowledge, skills, and abilities that they're learning, their KSAs. They really need to be very proactive in that stuff. Just seeing a couple of YouTube videos and doing it like once does not mean you're good. And that a lot of people are like that. You really have to regularly go out of your way to get training time in and go do the things and practice your skills, as well as upholding the fundamentals of the Constitution, but also uh, a healthy set of values, morals, and ethics, whatever they may be, because it does vary between each person and what their beliefs are. The people are the last resort, and they're a necessary tool to maintain a free state and protect each other. So I think it's essential, but everyone really needs to up their game with their skills and getting out there and training and stuff. So AW, appreciate the response. Yeah, range even drawing from a holster isn't allowed. Oh, that's rough, man. Yeah, we can do that. We can do that at ours, but yeah, that sucks. I mean, just work on your fundamentals, man. Work on your breathing, work on your trigger control, your overall firearm control, your accuracy, your marksmanship and stuff. Just work on that stuff while you're there at a public range where you're so limited on what you can do. Practical rifleman, bummer. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, man. we have some off-season stuff we can do too, and small game in that is year round and everything, and then pest control too is year round and everything. So I mean, I still get plenty of hunting in, even if I do miss a season like deer or turkey, which happens from time to time, but that's okay. It is what it is. Fatty West, did you miss the questions? Yeah, the initial community post questions you missed. You just go back and watch them later. It's okay. Um, there some good questions, but fairly short, simple answers. Um, thank you for the questions, by the way, man. Yeah, what's up? What's up? What's up? Seeing stuff. Okay, cool. You guys are talking in the chat a little bit. Cool. But there's some great questions there. So I appreciate the good questions and the general back and forth discussion and stuff. So that's cool. Yeah, some really good questions there. And for AW for you, I mean, yeah, whenever you can, try to find alternatives. Make good with a local farmer, because there are farmers out there who will let you go shoot on their land and do more dynamic stuff and things like that. And if the fees aren't too bad for membership to a private range where you can do more dynamic stuff, it's an investment. It is, just like anything. ACR Protect. So, when am I coming to Texas for a visit? Well, I just flew through DFW not terribly long ago. Unfortunately, it was just a layover, so I didn't really have time to get out and about. F-35's flying again, zooming around. I don't know when. Sometime next year, hopefully. It's whenever I can afford it, and whenever I have the time to. Because I have other friends and family in Texas too. So yeah, I want to come see a bunch of you guys, as well as in other parts of the country too. Need to go hang out with Randall whenever he's back in the Sierras or wherever, and then I got a bunch of people here in the east and the southeast that I need to go visit, and I got friends in Europe I need to go visit. That'll be a lot more expensive though, even than being able to travel around and see everyone here in the States. So at some point, hopefully. I mean, it'll happen. It's just whenever's feasible financially and schedule wise. Yeah, hell busy. Yeah. Fatty, you'll catch a replay. You have at least 2 killer questions. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they were good questions. Everyone had good questions. So, but they were fairly quick, easy, short kind of answers. So, Fatty, am I going to participate in the SEER challenge? I mean, maybe. Maybe I'll work on the Op4 interrogation side. Well, who knows? I'm talking to him about that a little bit. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe. Otherwise, I just want to go hang out. Either way. 2 Alpha, Jared, what's up, brother? Hey, brother, just turn this on on my way home from a long ass day. Yeah, dude, you've been working hard. I know everyone's been busy lately, especially between the holiday season and the work, the nature of work right now. It's been busy for everyone, so it's okay, man. I'm just glad you're well and you're keeping after it. It's good. It's good to see you on here too. Fatty Westside, nice, yeah. Well, and again, if you didn't catch it earlier, I did a couple of songs for Sue Challenge Season 3 for Randall, specifically for him and proprietary use for the upcoming Seer Challenge. So you're going to hear some of my songs in the videos, which is cool. So I was grinding hard on that last week and the beginning of this week, getting those finished up. So. Also, thanks to my buddy Dalton, local buddy of mine here. He has a nice pro studio set up, so that's where I was doing mixing, mastering, polishing up of stuff. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it too. Season 3 is going to be lit. It's going to be awesome. So, got some other new people that popped in. Go ahead and say hey in the chat. Slow mode is on. It's 10-second delay just to keep spammers at bay. Also for me, easier for me to keep track of the live chat here. If I'm missing questions from people or whatever, because for some reason I can't see them in the chat, let me know. Because there are some people who, unfortunately, like Douchebag's brother Dick, I haven't seen his comments in the chat on the last couple of lives that I did. So I think he was being shadowed. and some other stuff going on. So if anyone sees comments from people that I'm not seeing, relay them on here from people I can see. Dora the Destroyer, my favorite work with a missing hairline. Lol. I shaved my head. Easiest haircut to take care of. Started losing my hair my early 30s anyway, so I said, screw it. Just buzz my head all the time. How you doing? I'm good. How are you doing, Dora? The Destroyer. It's all right. I make up for it with all this, right? And my ass. Do need to buzz my head again though. It's been a week. Dora, working your butt off, working your ass off. Just finished a 300 blackout AR. Still haven't snagged any mags. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, they just take AR mags, just standard 5.56 mags, or at least some do. I know there are some 300 blackout specific mags out there too, but it's kind of like that with the 6.8 stuff too. There are a bunch of Magpul deals on mags right now. Well, the Gen 2s that don't have the override stop design on them, but yeah, Gen 2 mags are like $5 a piece, something like that right now. I've been seeing them all over the place. I need my good tape hex mags, or I won't scare the fuds. I've never used hex mags either. Whatever. I use mainly Magpul and then like Duramag, C Products Duramag mags, because those are my favorite metal mags. AW favorite non-metal band, just saw the Eagles and Trans-Siberian, TSO. Past couple of months, great shows. Trans-Siberian Orchestra is still technically metal or like hard rock. So I listen to a lot of classical music too, actually. And I listen to a lot of like neo folk and like world music. So you bands like Wardruna, Heilung, Torwulf, Eldrim, Munknor, a lot of that like Nordic tribal music and other world tribal music, throat singing, things like that. I listen to a lot of that. Apart from classical music, Chopin, Bach, all the good stuff. Yeah, Chopin, Bach, all that stuff. So the chat disconnected there for a second. That was weird. So yeah, I listen to a lot of stuff. I don't listen to country. I don't listen to pop. I don't listen to even new metal. I don't like NU-metal. I don't listen to new metal either. Some classic rock too, whatever, here and there. Folk music. I mean, nothing wrong with a little Gordon Lightfoot from time to time. Otherwise, yeah, a lot of metal. Fatty Westside Gen 2 haven't let me down yet. No, yeah, nothing wrong with Gen 2 mags. Just if you do end up having override issues, just throw a little tape on there, like in the video I did. Just throw some tape on there to make a override stop for yourself. Wired-Tight, what's my battle rollout song? Dude, I have a bunch. I don't have just one. There's a lot of good. I think it was somebody asked me that the last live stream too, like a song I would listen to like in battle and stuff. I mean, whether it's Book of the Fallen by Caladan Brood or Death and Fire by Amon Amarth, or one of the Ensiferum or Ensiferum songs off of the album Iron, or One Shot, One Kill by Dying Fetus. Hold the Line by Danza, Tony Danza Tap Dance Extravaganza. Great fucking song. Just about any song off of As Blood Runs Black, Allegiance album. I mean, literally the list just goes on and on and on. I mean, there's a lot of, again, I listen to a lot of music. There's a lot of stuff that I would happily play as a song rolling out in the battle. Dora the Explorer. Love Dora. Yep. Runar by Danheim. Yeah, I like Danheim a lot too. Yeah, and a lot of those groups. Forndom, another great one. ACR Protect, MFT mags are pretty cool too. Yeah, I've got two of those. I got two of the Starship Troopers themed MFT mags. They run fine in my stuff, but I've heard that if you store them loaded, you'll get some issues with the feed lips, and they can spontaneously unload on you in storage. So just bear in mind for that, because it's not the same polymer as Magpul, obviously. But they run fine as magazines. They run fine. I have no issues with them. Dora, tactical war drums as well, of course. Yeah, absolutely. Mama Bear's homesteading. Hey, how you doing? Oh, okay, yeah, Twin Arrow Survival. Still no phone. His phone broke a while back. For anyone wondering, Twin Arrow Survival, where he's been. Yeah, so he's using Mama Bear's account. Okay, good to see you. Good to see you. Glad you're here. Eddie, what's Lax American Revolution? What's up, word? What's up, Eddie? Fred is so disappointed in you, DJ. Fred who? I don't know, Fred. Secure Mindset. Hey, Robin, what's up, brother? He's a guy I'm writing the book with right now. We've written books together in the past that you've seen me talk about. Good friend of mine from across the pond in Europe. Bayonets? Question mark. I mean, if you've got the lug for them, yeah, you should probably have a bayonet for your boomstick. Yeah, and you can get bolt-on like secondary lugs and stuff. Like there's products out there. Brent0331 has done a video on it, and I commented in there with some additional products on that video, so go check that one out for bayonet mounting options. But yeah, nothing wrong. You should have a bayonet. I know they don't even teach bayonet training in infantry school anymore. They did when I was in, so I got bayonet training, but they don't anymore. At least in the Army infantry, sadly. Mama Bear's homesteading. Working on getting a new phone. Smashed my phone in the gym. Oh, yeah. Accidents happen, right? You'll get one soon enough. That was Twin Arrow Survival, everyone. Wiretide, do not like your MFT mags. Yeah, I mean, yeah, some people like them, some people don't. Again, they run fine, but I've heard other issues with them in really hot weather conditions. I've heard of them unloading apart from just polymer distortion in general. But I like the theme of the mags, so they're cool. And they run fine for me, but I've been switching to aluminum. Yeah. The C Products Duramag magazines, those are my favorites. The BCM branded metal mags are good as well. I've got a couple of those, and they run well. BV Luminous, what's up, brother? How you doing? Been working on little cars and walking my dog. So you're like, hey, don't be sorry, man. That's cool. You got a cool hobby there. So Secure Mindset, thought you'd say, hey, I'm glad you came in, brother. Glad you tuned in. I was working on the book earlier, so go check out the draft. I know I left you a message on Signal about that. BV, yeah, what's up, man? How you doing? ACR Protect, I gotta drop. Gotta make dinner for the family. Take care, everyone. Thanks for tuning in, brother. Go eat some good grub. I'll talk to you later. Fatty West. Oh, Fred Durst. Yeah, no, I mean, Fred's an interesting character in himself, but no, I don't listen to Limp Bizkit or anything. BV, what? Oh, I got some. Yeah, whatever. I know Limp Bizkit's new metal, Fetty. Freedom by me. Hey, what's up, brother? How you doing? Contact enemy front frag out. Belay the hate. Todd, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Anyone using UTG mags? Nope. Fetty laughing. Secure Mindset. Any recommendations for rifle cleaning kit? The one that works for you. You can pick up like for an AR or whatever. I mean, you can pick up cleaning kits like, all over the place. So I still recommend having a sectional rigid that you can unscrew, but a rigid cleaning rod as well as a bore snake for your cleaning kit. Other than that, whatever's your flavor for additional components for cleaning and stuff, whether you want to go with metal wire brushes, Q-tips, whatever. Um, yeah, that's all your choice. But I mean, there you have a lot of options out there for that kind of stuff. So, um, and brands, I mean, brands are again a dime a dozen. Um, Anyone wants a good price on a military standard rifle cleaning kit, go to a website like Ranger Joe's, which is a physical retailer as well outside of a couple of bases to include Fort Benning in Georgia. But their online website is great, and they've got cleaning kits on there. Otherwise, just any sporting goods store that has them, you can go buy one, pick it apart, whatever you want, and put it into a little kit for yourself. There's a lot of individual preference and component options for cleaning kits, so it's whatever you want. I just always recommend that for your field cleaning kit to have with you in the field a sectional rigid cleaning rod as well as a bore snake. The rigid rod is good for getting out obstructions. Say if you get brass or steel case or whatever, formed, fire formed and stuck in your chamber or whatever, and you can't get it out. Other tools, again, multi-tool pliers. P38 can opener is also useful to have to help extract that kind of stuff apart from just whatever. Freedom by me. Expect at least one good song metal riff before you log off for the day. Well, I don't know. My guitar's all put away and everything. I've been grinding on working on a new book with my friend Secure Mindset there. So unfortunately, I don't have any of that set up right now. So I will recommend some songs, though. I can recommend some songs for you to go check out, some good riffs and stuff. Also, again, for an announcement, songs I have written and recorded and stuff are exclusive and proprietary, going to be in Grunt Proof's Seer Challenge Season 3 for Randall. So is new music there coming soon, too. Just use a bore snake. Yeah, bore snake. Yeah, it's kind of an essential kind of cleaning piece of cleaning kit. Sub 62 and 12 gauge. Yeah, you can bore snake. There's bore snake for those for 30 caliber, which 7.62 fits into 30 caliber in the 30 caliber bracket. So bore snake for that. Apart from a rigid cleaning rod for AK and things like that, and then you've got that all for shotguns too and everything. Yeah, no problem, brother. Freedom by me. Fort Benning is more racist. It's always going to be Fort Benning to me and anybody that was there while it was Fort Benning, and we're still going to call it Fort Benning. That's nothing's changing there. Just because you change the name of the base doesn't mean we automatically are going to call it the new name. I mean, it is a good new name because Hal Moore is a freaking Chad and a legend, but it's always going to be Benning. No matter what. You know. Secure Mindset, it's a deep field cleaning. Can't take anything big with me. Yeah, so just get you can get small, you either put together or just acquire a small cleaning kit for yourself from a number of different websites, AK cleaning kit and things like that. Yeah. Fatty Westside, rigid, swipe hates me. It's all good. Freedom by me, what is the book about? So like the prior books, Secure Mindset and I, again, we both work in the security industry, so it's more security industry material. The book that we're working on right now is a comprehensive field guide, SOPs, operations, procedures, and stuff for security personnel. The first book we wrote was an introductory book on physical security for clients, small business owners, for frontline security people, just kind of across the board, just kind of an introductory book for people to understand what physical security is and how it's important for them and safeguarding their people, places, things, assets, and interests. So this book that we're writing right now is a much more technical and specific operations book that is going to go over a list of things, everything from how to respond to how to respond to an active shooter to uh, understanding self-care as a security professional. We're including all of that across the spectrum into that book that we're working on. So it's going to be a big one. So Freedom by Me, Gruntproof is a seriously good dude. Yeah, he is. Randall's a good guy. Yeah, he is. It's not my first book. No, this will be our third book actually that we're working on. So two books before. The first one was an introductory book called How to Protect Your Assets, ass with parentheses ETS. Um, and that's an introductory book. And then we have another book that came out that we put out, and it's just a workbook basically. So it's just a bunch of templated sheets for uh, documenting and writing initial like incident reports and things like that. It's just a general workbook though. So yeah, this is our third book that we're going to be working on. Both of those are the other books are available on Amazon, and the introductory book is available on Kindle as well. Written by me. When it comes out, let me know. I'll put it on blast on your community page. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I've had a couple of reviews on the first book come out. Angry Security Guard channel reviewed it, and yeah, so I had good reception so far, which I appreciate. So it's gaining traction too, and Secure Mindset and we've been promoting it and pushing it on places like LinkedIn in the professional space and things like that too. Apart from community posts on YouTube and things like that too. So yeah, keep it busy with that. So. Am I in security now? Yeah. You were a private investigator at Philly for a long time. Yeah. So I work. I do a couple of things. I'm always juggling multiple gigs. So I work as a consultant and senior security advisor, subcontracted to several major security companies and some smaller ones. I also do additional risk management and crisis response, kind of involved with that as well for high ticket clients, VIPs and stuff. I also do some executive protection still in the industry. I used to be a defense contractor, PMC contractor, and stuff, and worked domestically as well on some of those contracts to include Federal Protective Services stuff. But I stopped doing that uh, beginning of last year because not going to work for this administration. So shoot myself in the foot by not taking that money, but I can't can't agree with what they're doing and how they're limiting the capabilities of private security assets to operational needs and things like that. There's just a lot of problems across the board. So I stepped away from that, but I work in the private client space with some substantial clients and companies still. So yeah. I also I have a buddy who's a private investigator as well out of Florida. I do work for him remotely, mostly in media production and marketing. I help with some client consultation and some other analyst type work. I don't do anything as far as on site with him or anything like that. He handles all that stuff. But if he needs some audio cleaned up, I can do that. If he needs some pictures cleaned up or something focal focused on or whatever, like I can do that too. But a lot of consulting otherwise and things like that, and assisting with other parts of that kind of work. But that's just per diem. He's a really good guy. He's a longtime friend of mine and also a former Blackwater alumni. So he's also a Navy vet too. So, but yeah, just every once in a while I'll do something for him. But mostly a lot of my time I'm doing that other stuff. So. Wiretite, want to do executive protection work or private investigator. We've already talked about that though. Yeah, we have. And I sent you some info about private investigator. It's going to be a little bit easier for you to get into than executive protection because a lot of executive protection, they're looking for people who have established some basis of experience already. So private investigation, you can just, do the things and get the licensing and everything. And then you can, on the ground running kind of thing for a local firm to you or whatever. Yeah, the process, and we talked about that. Freedom by me. Administration is a nice way of saying illegitimate criminals who came to power in a coup. Yeah. Be courteous, be professional, but have a plan to kill everyone in the room, right? Yeah, secure mindset. Secure mindset. Private investigation is a great way to go to get into EP work. Yeah, it is. It is as well. Because sometimes private investigators do executive protection work as well, protective details and stuff too. So yeah. Easiest way to get into PI work is cold call a bunch of law firms. You only need one to say no. You still need the proper licensing and stuff. It depends, and it varies by state. You have to have nowadays. You have to have the state licensing. It can be sponsored by a law firm, or you go and do it, and then you either go to work for a specific private investigation firm or company, or then you can start linking with law firms and stuff. Fire 93,950. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you. How do you get in without any kind of background in the field? Crawl, walk, run. So you have to start somewhere. So you're going to have to start at some entry level work, and work your way into more advanced and specialized fields and positions within the industry, or start in law enforcement or military and work in a background there for a little bit and then move over to the private sector side. Yeah, when you started, there was no licenses. Well, not to date you at all, but that things have changed, right? It depends on the state too. It does. Born American DJ face reveal, dude. I'm very active on my channel, and I don't hide my face at all because I don't need to. Thanks for coming, Board American. No, appreciate you. I don't think you need to be employed as a PI to get licensed out. No, again, depends on the state. Some states require you to have be sponsored to get your PI license. Some do not, and you can just go do the testing and pay and do the certification and the licensing and everything. Some want you to have employment, beginning employment with a company. Some don't. It just it depends on state by state. It varies wildly. Dora the Destroyer. Oi, what's your opinion on the sudden mass amount of bills trying to blanket ban guns attempting to pass lately? I think it's all an infringement on the Constitution and personal rights and liberties, and they need to knock that shit off, is what they need to do. Since there is a Republican majority in the House right now, they need to just put the kibosh on all of it immediately. Let it die or block it. They can't let it keep happening. And cue mass lawsuits. Since we've become a litigious society, we may as well make it work in our favor. As you see with all of these gun rights, 2A advocacy organizations and rights groups and stuff, actively filing lawsuits in various courts across the country and things like that. So that needs to keep happening, because once a judicial decision has been made, that it is what it is. Even appellate, blah blah blah, all that. But like once a decision is there in the legal process and judicial process, their hands are tied. So more of that needs to happen, and more blocking needs to happen. So they just need to keep shutting them down. And they're desperate, and they're trying to control the people, and that's a big no. Can't let it happen. Secure mindset. Probably start as a security professional first. If you're a good learner, it's worth to do a certified protection officer certification from the International Federation of Protection Officers. Usually requires relevant experience. So the IFPO doesn't have as much applicability here in the States. Secure mindset, again, very much at a state level, until you do federal level contracting stuff. And then it's different, but even then it's the company and the federal government, and in part the state still doing whatever requirements, licensing, certification, and things like that. Board American just got here from the Wiretide Discord. Oh yeah, hell yeah! Thanks for tuning in. Sorry I haven't been on the Discord lately. I've been busy again working on a book and doing some other things and all that. And all day yesterday I had medical appointments and all that stuff. So the menace Joe himself. I appreciate you tuning in, Joe. Sane Canadian, hi, hello, how are you? Thanks for tuning in. Fatty West, didn't the Supreme Court just nullify an assault weapons ban? One of them did. I think that was a district. So even though there's like Supreme Court, but there's different districts of Supreme Court in the country. So I can't remember if it was District 5 or District 9 or whatever. Just did that, yeah. But again, appeals and applicability, it's a drawn out process with all that legal crap. So there's still a period of time where it's not in effect because of appeals and things like that. Hopefully it sticks though, and then it'll become law. It can be then sent to observation by the high level Supreme Court that's in DC, and then they can look at it and evaluate it and make a determination. So there's a whole process to it. It doesn't just happen overnight, sadly. Secure Mindset, interesting. I always heard IFPO was top notch. I mean, they are, but they don't have as much applicability here until you get to either the federal level or you're doing a lot of international work. At the state level, no, they don't have much presence here in that regard. You can become a member of the IFPO, but they don't have much applicability here. Got grass to touch and understand. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is, you know. But I keep busy. Yeah, I keep busy with the YouTube and I'm in the Discord whenever I can. So, Secure Mindset. I gotta go sleep, brother. Catch you soon. Hey, thanks for tuning in, man. I appreciate you. We'll keep working on the book here. So, appreciate you, brother. Thanks for tuning in. Also, he and I are doing a convention talk on Sunday for the security industry too. Freedom by me, U.S. Supreme Court. No, exactly. No, it's different levels and stuff. Same Canadian. Oh, hey, it's La Floppies. Yeah, nice to see you. Nice to see you too, man. I'm very active on my channel here, so whoever is here that isn't subscribed to my channel, it's there for you. I'm not one of those people who's going to beg for your subscription or anything like that. Once in a blue moon, I'll say in a video, hey, consider subscribing and stuff, but you're either going to or you're not. I can't force you to, and I don't beg. So, but I'm glad you tuned in along with everyone else that's new here and is tuning in. So, hope everyone is doing well. Keep the questions coming, keep the comments coming. This is a good conversations we're having here. So, I appreciate it. I usually do these live streams for about 2 hours, so we're almost about an hour in. So I got about another hour here. And then I'll call it. Thanks, Fatty. Appreciate you. Shirt of the day. I'm not wearing a band shirt today, but I am wearing my Infidelicious shirt back when Grunt Style was still spicy and put out spicy shirts. So they've lost their balls, sadly. They just put out theme stuff, but they don't put out the spicy shirts like this anymore. So that's why I like companies like Zero Foxtrot. I really like their military and veteran patriotic themed apparel a lot more. Done. Hey, thanks. Appreciate you. I got a lot of videos. I have 300 and this will be the 338th video on my channel. So I have a lot of videos that a lot of people haven't seen. So go back and check out some of those. I've got a bunch, both within the technical space and TTPs and discussions and stuff, but also music stuff, short films, comedy, whatever. I do it all. I'm a jack of all trades with that kind of stuff. I don't pigeonhole my channel. So Freedom by me, Broham. I'm off. See you in the comment section. Hey, thanks for tuning in, man. Appreciate you, brother. Have a good night. Nice shirt. Yeah, right. You can't get them anymore either. They don't print them anymore because Grunt Style sucks now. Board American, did you hear about Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin say that if we don't send money to Ukraine and Zelensky, we will send your uncles, cousins, and sons to fight Russia? Yeah, he did say something about that. I did hear him say that. So, being that Ukraine, I have Ukrainian friends in Ukraine, and I have other friends who are there in Ukraine right now. And in the security industry, some of the companies I work with are involved in some ways in Ukraine. They're not a NATO member, and no adequate proper articles have been declared insofar as European involvement into the European theater. So I think that's folly on his part, because he's going to get a lot of pushback from NATO for one. Also, I think the elements of support that we have provided have been pretty substantial, right? And I think some of the other logistical and intelligence assistance we've provided, I think that can continue and stuff. But as far as us getting involved with a direct conflict with Russia in Ukraine, um, I don't think we should right now, unless something actually substantial happens that threatens or attacks this country. That is any kind of legitimate declaration of war. I'm not talking about a false flag or a proxy conflict, because I mean technically that's what Ukraine is a proxy conflict. Um, I'm talking about something much more direct would have to happen with explicit intent, and verified by state actors, outside state actors that would push us into that. I think we've got other uh, national natural interests and issues that we have to worry about more as far as the military aspect goes. And that doesn't preclude from that doesn't detract from the fact that we do have American soft units in Ukraine as well. Um, to what extent that is, we can leave that up to people's imagination, but it's advisory and otherwise. I don't think we should have any more direct contact, direct action than that, though, for the time being, unless again something substantial happens. Saint Canadian, check out Nine Line Apparel. Yeah, I know Nine Line. They're all right. You know, I like their ethos and stuff, especially because they're all about sustainable products, and they're against slave labor and things like that. That's good. Their shirts aren't all that spicy. I like the spicy stuff. But yeah, Saint Canadian, Syrian Ukraine. At this point, he was telling them to do peace talks. Well, they are, but that's not going to happen. I mean, would you want to give up? Would you want to give up a substantial chunk of your sovereign territory to another country just to appease outside actors? You know, like they're literally fighting for their homeland, and I respect that. We would do the same thing here. We wouldn't get into a conflict with, say, Russia or China, and we wouldn't capitulate, 30% of our country's territory to them and just let them have it, would we? So I can't blame them there. Not going to talks, I can't blame them there. Two Alpha Solutions, jumping out, brother. Just getting home. Stay safe. You too, brother. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you. Fetty Westside, Till Valhalla Project is my go-to. Yeah, but are they actually like heathens like I am? I don't know. I like the name, but I don't know if they're heathens or not. So I don't know if they're misappropriating that. That that might bug me a little bit. I've heard of them. I haven't really seen their stuff though. Board American, our financial support is the only reason why Ukraine is still on the map, in my opinion. Well, yeah, and physical logistical support as well. I mean, the javelins, stingers, all that stuff. Like they're doing work, and they're proven systems that have not been able to really be, well, especially the javelin, be counteracted. So Yeah, it is. It is substantial support, and it is one of the lifelines right now. Unless something happens to the U.S., we should stay out. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, if something happened to us, and we would have to get involved, then so be it. But not really until that point. Canadian and Brit Sophie. Yeah, well, yeah, there's a bunch there. I mean, just semantics with that. Again, private sector too. There's a lot of contractors there. One of the yeah, not much I can really say about that as far as our clients and things like that. But yeah, they don't really have a choice. So no, they don't. Grim Frost, yes, I love Grim Frost. I am a huge supporter of Grim Frost. I've got 3 or 4 like full authentic outfits. I've got and again videos on my channel. I've got uh, uh, Guillaume de Bohelm with the Aventel. I've got axes from them. I've got knives from them. I have clothing from them. Like big fan of Grimfrost and the Swedish products. Really, really, really nice Baltic linen and wool. Um, uh, yeah, I love their stuff. Betty, not heathens, but supporting fallen soldiers' families. Okay, well that I can get on board with, but you know, I'm gonna be like that about the Valhalla thing because you know, Fatty, gotta bounce. Catch you in a 2-2. Yeah, dude. I'll talk to you later. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you. St. Canadian meat horns. Yeah, exactly. I got a meat horn from them too. I got a bunch of stuff from them. Yeah, quite a bit of stuff. Actually, they're Damascus Mjolnir. I wear that. It's flat, so it's not uncomfortable under my body armor and stuff when I'm working and otherwise. So I wear that. Don't have it on right now because I'm just being lazy and just sitting here. Yord is coming up. Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, it's a good time. And yeah, I've got like a couple of the bone talisman ones too from them and everything. Like I've got a bunch of them. And then there's another company called Lycos Leather. That's an American company, and that guy makes some really cool stuff in line with that too. He makes Jorvik pan flutes. He does some really cool stuff with animal bones and just really nice leather working, much like Grimfrost. So I get some stuff from him too from time to time. But yeah, I've gotten quite a bit of Grimfrost stuff. I like their stuff. Very high quality. That spear you see right there, that's Grimfrost spearhead. And then I fixed it on a shaft. Yeah, love their stuff. It's good. But yeah, Lycos Leather is good too. I like their stuff. And then I'm actually waiting from Modern Frontiersman, who was in here earlier, Fortner's Frontier Leather. He made 2 leather sheaths for me for 2 of my competition throwing axes / field axes, field hatchets. So I'll be doing a review on those soon. Heathen, not Odinist, or Asatruar. Odinist is a little more specific. So the whole pantheon of the Aesir and Avanir as far as Norse heathenry goes. Full blown in this house. Hey, Scholar brother. I'm glad there's more coming in the community. Like I know a couple of other people. I have a couple of other friends. One of them is was it RJ or RD, something like that. He's on YouTube. And then Phoenix, Palatine Phoenix, Palatine or Phoenix Blaze. He's also a practicing heathen. So yeah, there's a few of us, which I like to see. And the continuity there and being able to get along with each other too, because there are some very very rude and willfully ignorant, apart from just generally ignorant people out there, but the willfully ignorant ones are the more hostile ones to personal beliefs like that. Pretty uneducated, bored American, pretty uneducated when it comes to it, and that's okay. You want to know anything, talk to Saint Canadian. You can talk to me. You can talk to Palatine. You can talk to a couple other dudes who have been longtime practitioners. BV, hey, welcome back. Glad you're back, brother. There are a lot in Montana. Oh, okay. I'm in the Great Lakes North Midwest area, so there's a few here too. There's a pretty good community here. You cannot pick up a desk. It turns out, BV. Well, is it like a big, thick, rich mahogany wood desk, or is it like what kind of desk is it? Like a workbench desk? Yeah, you probably have to dismantle it if it's big enough and heavy enough, man. Don't hurt yourself. Sure, it's like that in any religion. They're always exactly. So yeah, they're always going to be there. But just like you see the clash and the contrast and the directed verbal attacks and arguments with people from other certain belief structures, and it's just like, dude, have a little respect, right? First Amendment. This is America, right? Well, in your case, you're in Canada, but like have the same views on a lot of things, anyways. As far as outside of personal belief structures. So all the infighting like that, and you see the infighting even within those groups. It's stupid. BV Lunas, well, no. Think Singer sewing machine without the machine. Oh yeah, sure, I got you. So I have a consumer grade Singer. It just sits on top of a table, and that's what I use for like my DIY video projects. And when I built that prototype LBE system and stuff, I used a Singer machine. They're great machines. They're great. But yeah, I can imagine that table or work table is not light. Yeah. Right. You just have to continue to live a good life and not worry about them saying Canadian. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I know you don't have any rights anymore in Canada. I'm sorry, Canuckistan. Um, get your citizenship here. You can come across the way, go to Montana or the Dakotas, Minnesota, whatever, wherever. Some of those places in the Midwest and in the edge of the Northwest and stuff, Idaho and stuff, like they're good places. Otherwise, Missouri, Texas, wherever. Born American. When people argue on hyper specific things, when it comes to religion, it just falls apart. Yeah, exactly, and it's stupid. Born American. Should you get a sewing machine? Plan on raid modding 2BDUs. Yeah, absolutely, dude. Do it up. Learn how to sew. That's a actually useful skill. I figured out how to use a sewing machine in 2 days. First getting my hands on one. It just takes a little time. Just go with a good quality like Singer machine or something. You'll figure out how to tension the thread and read the manual because it does help. You'll learn how to tension the thread and stuff. And for uniforms, you don't have to. You can use a fairly typical cotton consumer fabric types of needles. When it comes to nylon, like tactical nylon, because I do a lot of sewing with that, you'll have to use like denim and canvas needles, which are a little bit stronger and a little bit thicker, just because you have to get through thicker, coarser material and stuff. But for uniforms and stuff, yeah, it's pretty standard, man. Don't think sewing by hand is the best option for it. It's easier for a machine. It takes less time. But again, it's just a good skill to know. Both hand sewing and knowing how to use a sewing machine. There is a useful skill. It is. So I say yes, you should go get one. Let's go to Hobby Lobby, Michaels, whatever, and pick one up. You get your wife to help out with that stuff. Hey, she's good at it. Yeah, hell yeah, why not? I'm not married. I don't have kids, none of that. So I got to do it myself. Large ogre or Bigfoot hunting time. Let's go. The Squatch. Thanks for tuning in, by the way, ogre. Appreciate you here. Board American, sounds good. I'll look into a good one. I also wanted to make an LBV out of the Walmart vests I have, but doing it by hand isn't good. Yeah, no. And that you'll need to use denim and canvas needles and use bonded or double bonded nylon thread. Again, you can get that in Hobby Lobby or whatever store, or you can just order spools of it online. So bonded or double bonded nylon thread. It doesn't rot, so don't use like cotton thread or anything. Board American, sew up a lot of my ripped clothing by hand. Farm work isn't easy on it. No, it's not. No. Yeah, so you've got a little experience at least with the hand sewing. Sewing machine is just easier and faster. Ogre, I was here all late, but I'm here. Yes, you are. Thanks for tuning in. St. Canadian, I can do it by hand, but the machine is just so much better. Yeah, exactly. Made a hoodie out of a military wool blanket. Ooh, nice. That's cool. Is it a drug rug wool blanket? No, just a wool blanket. Yeah, that's cool. BV, I was already hunting by the age of 8, alone by 12. Learned to cook and sew in 9th grade. Yeah, I learned how to hunt from an early age too. My grandpa started taking me hunting when I was 7, so I learned how to shoot and hunt at an early age too. Even though I moved around a lot, they were a constant. So some of that stuff I learned early, and then some of it, I learned a little bit later on. Hand sewing, I didn't learn until I was in the military, but I learned how to hand sew in the military, and then figured out how to use a sewing machine after that. So, Ogre, I think we need to doing some training this spring. Well, you should be training year round, man. You have different seasons, different conditions, right? I mean, you should be training year round in those conditions. So, UEA. Was that a typo for USA, or did you mean UEA, BV? Oh, you meant with me. Well, I'm not coming to New York, so we're going to have to find somewhere else to go. I am avoiding a lot of the Upper East Coast like the plague. No. The only time I'm up there is if I have a layover at an airport. It's the only time I'll go up to that area. So if you want to go down a little further south and train, Two Alpha Solutions, who was in here earlier, he's in northern Virginia, or West Virginia or whatever. So not terribly far from you. He's really good at what he does. You can go train with him too. He has some really good courses. I'll be going out to hang out with him and train at some point. So we'll be somewhat close, but in a free state. So, okay. Yeah. Come to him. Yeah. Hit up Two Alpha Solutions here on YouTube, Jared. He's a really good dude. He's not on Discord or anything, but he's here on YouTube. He's a full-time farrier, so like horse stuff, horseshoeing, blacksmithing stuff. But he's a good firearms instructor too and stuff. So he's a good guy to train with. Saying Canadian, get the snowshoes out. Yep, and the cross-country skis, all-terrain cross-country skis. Oh no, Canada is better than New York. That isn't saying much. Well, I mean, barely. I think it's what is it, Alberta or whatever. I think it's one of the better provinces up in Canada. Ogre, unless I got some time off, spend a few weeks down there. Yeah, whenever that is. No, it's not. New York, Western New York is different than Eastern New York, but it's still all New York, so you're still screwed. Sorry. So what else? Any other questions, observations, jokes? Tell me a joke if you want. Whatever. Any new people in the chat? Any new people watching? Say hello. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in. You miss Alberta? I don't blame you. What do I have planned for the weekend? Actually, working on music stuff, band stuff with a local project. Well, with local buddies for a project. The Aposticum band. Working on the album for that right now. So that's part of the weekend. I'll be working on that. Rest of the weekend, I was just hanging out. Might go shoot. We'll see. Because I shoot and train as much as possible. So it's whenever I can. Dora the Destroyer, you've got a joke. Lay it out. Let's hear it. Let's hear the joke. Victory of Valhalla. Yo. Score to that. An old joke you heard from your Marine boss. Well, now I definitely want to hear it. Anyone new coming in? Hello, hello, welcome. Say hello in the chat. Ask a question. Tell a joke. Whatever. And again, I know some people for some reason are shadowed and I don't see their comments in the live chat. So if somebody does see somebody talking or leaving a comment that I can't see for whatever reason, let me know. Work together and let me know because it's happened a few times now, which doesn't make sense. Word American, a little low on topics to talk about. Hey, that's okay. That's all right. What is the best description of a cream pie? I don't know what. This is going to be good. Waiting for the joke. Or the punchline, anyway. I know there's a delay. That's to keep the spammers away. And, yeah. It just helps me keep track of the chat, too. Dishwasher. That's a good one. That is a good one. Nice. Nice. Oh, shit. That's a good one. Nice. I'll give you a round of applause for that one. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, for sure. That was a good one. Anyone new joining? Hello, hello, welcome. Say hello in the chat. Ask a question. Tell a joke. Whatever you want to do. Hey, same BV. I have a wide-ranging but rather dark sense of humor, so it's okay. I think we're all in the same crowd there. Right. Yeah, I feel you. Hey, there you go. Yeah, I'll pop into the Discord after this for a little bit, but probably have a fairly early night because my eyes are a little bit burned out of my head right now because I've been working on that book. I was working on that book all day today, so you have an even better joke, you'll DM it to me because it's longer. Yeah, I know there's a word max or whatever on the chat there. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, DM me. Any other new people who have joined? Welcome. Say hello in the chat. ask a question, whatever. Going on about an hour and 25 minutes or so. So I usually go for about 2 hours. So a little bit, just a little over 30 minutes left. Nice. It is hard to tell jokes over chat. Yeah, I agree. But I just say it as an option for generalities for people. Any other questions? Throw them out. But yeah, so just been busy, busy, busy on my end. I have heard of Refuge Medical. Actually, a patch that I designed is for sale on Refuge Medical. The wood chipper patch. Go check it out. I originally designed it for a buddy, and he started retailing them, and then his Etsy store got nuked. So they started selling them on eBay for a little while, and then Bear Independent and Refuge Medical wanted to buy a stock of them, so now they're available on Refuge. Yeah, I am serious. Yeah, Chippy Patch. Yeah, I designed that one. I told you I'm a graphic designer too, so like I've done patch designs for a few people. Hershey Rose, I've done designs for him. I've done design for a patch for Palatine, Phoenix. I've done patch designs for some other people, and I do other graphic design stuff too. I do a lot of band logos and album artwork for music projects and stuff too. I also do business logos. Two Alpha Solutions, Jared's tactical training company. I did his business logo. So I do a bunch of that stuff. I do a number of those things as well. So as if for sale, I don't get any royalties from Refuge for that or anything because again, it was a commission designed for a buddy. So it's between my buddy and Refuge. For that stuff. I don't get any commissions or royalties or anything on that, but I'm glad to see the patch out there and my work being retailed like that. So that's pretty cool. Now, if they wanted to directly commission me for another design, I would be more than happy to design another patch for them in the future too. So I've done some other business logo designs and stuff too for other companies as well. I know you have a chipper ogre. You're a man of the trees, an arborist. I used to do tree and stump removal. That was one of my first jobs back in high school. Born American, you'd reach out to them. No, I mean, I did my commission. It is, I did that. That is what it is for that. I have no issues with that. I'm glad they're retailing it, so that's fine. But yeah, I could reach out to them in the future for another patch design or whatever. I'm more than happy to do that. Facts, Born American. Facts. So yeah. What else is up? If anybody wants a personal patch design or whatever, I mean, we can talk. We can talk in Discord and the DMs and stuff. I mean, my commission prices for personal patch designs and stuff are not much. I keep it very reasonable because I know a lot of people, and it's the same with bands in the music industry, especially bands just starting out. They don't have a lot of capital to work with for commissioning logo work and stuff. So I'm always reasonable about my rates and things like that. So, Born American logging offenders, and you're keep them safe in SHTF. You know, I get monthly alerts on them too from my advanced monitoring services I use and stuff. So whenever they release in the community, I know about them. Talk later. You want to design? Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, we'll talk. We'll talk. We'll talk. We'll talk in the DMs, man. I'll gladly design you a patch or something for yourself. Yeah, we'll talk. Yeah, Take care, man. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you. All right. Yeah, for sure. So Board American, make sure your chat is live chat and not just top chat. You have an option at the top to select live chat, so make sure you're selecting that to see everything. Yeah. But there are some people for some reason who are being shadowed from commenting and stuff too. Douchebag's brother Dick, now a friend and a peer, really good dude. He's tried to comment in the chat before, and I didn't see anything. And so that's happened to some people too, for no reason whatsoever. It's pretty dumb. So there are people being shadowed, even if YouTube says there isn't. There is. So. Need more states to follow Florida. Well, yeah, I mean, my state doesn't even have capital punishment. There was actually, my state was the very first state and is the longest running historically state to not have capital punishment, which I think is kind of dumb, but it is what it is. Isn't a perfect state. Yeah. Sent the joke to my Discord DM. Okay, cool. I'll check it later. Thank you. I will check it when the stream is over, which got about 30 minutes left. So I'll check it here in a little bit. Appreciate you. Look forward to seeing the joke. So, yeah, no, not a perfect state. Nope. There's some that are close, but no, there's no perfect state. That's for sure. But that's okay. We can be perfectly imperfect, right? It's okay. I mean, obviously, there's some things that we can do to, in regards to that topic, improve to remediate the problem and incentivize against, you know what I mean. Yeah, what else? What else is going on, folks? Any other questions? Anything? Anything? Doesn't have to be tactical specific, doesn't have to be whatever. I mean, you got a question, just throw it out there. Board American, wish I could win the lottery, make a compound without the cultism. Yeah, same. Goals, man, life goals. I've been hunting for property for a while, since like 2016, 2017. Prices were a lot better then. It's certainly not a freaking buyer's market right now, is it? But no, I've been looking. There's one property I really liked, but that got bought out from under me. And then there was another property where the realtor, even though they said they were a partner for VA home loans, didn't know what the hell they were talking about with the VA home loan stipulations and guidelines and what I'm allowed to have more openly as a benefit with it. And they refused to close, which really pissed me off. That was really stupid. So I'm hoping that realtor, I don't even know if that realtor's allowed to be a partner anymore, because they royally screwed that sale up. Need to threaten the kids with Campus. Yeah. Ja, stimmt. Would honestly like to aim to find a group of guys and all chip in together. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, to an extent. Now, what you're allowed to and not to do, depending on the home loan you do or whatever, it depends. But yeah, I mean, I'll probably end up having some friends living on or adjacent to my property and stuff. Absolutely. Want to trade homes and passports? No, thank you. As beautiful as Canada is, and as much as I like poutine, no. No thanks. You are welcome to get your citizenship and come here, though. We'll take you. You're one of the good guys. Sorry to hear that. Realtors are scummy sometimes. Yeah, I mean, you know, and it happens. I've got a really good realtor now who's also a veteran, so he's squared away. It's just it is not a buyer's market right now, so being able to buy land is very difficult right now because they're asking like 3 times what property values actually are. So it's kind of insane. So a lot of people are getting priced out of that stuff right now. So it is what it is. It's not that I'm getting priced out of it per se. It's that with the VA home loan, they're under awarding based on what current market prices are right now because I want to use my VA home loan, fixed APR, and all that. Glock or SIG? Glock. Definitely Glock. Or MMP. Smith & Wesson MMPs. The 2.0s are sick. I've got a Gen 1 as well. But yeah, Glocks. Definitely. Old SIG. Now we're talking the old steel frames like the P226 and 229 and all that. Those are nice, but Glocks overall. Yeah. Any newcomers, welcome, welcome, welcome. Go ahead and say hello in the chat. Ask a question. There is a delay on the slow mode is on. But yeah, say hello, ask a question, whatever. Thanks for joining. Board America. Favorite handgun overall? Ooh, man. There's a lot of probably a Glock. I do like Browning high powers. Those are cool. I've had some time with like Beretta M9s, military M9s. They're all right. Just the ones we had were very, very heavily used. But yeah, Glock or Smith & Wesson MMP 2.0 as well. The steel frame 2.0. Holy crap, is that a nice pistol? Extremely reliable too. As reliable as a Glock. Ergonomically, it's very comfortable in the hand. And it's just a good shooter. I'm also a 40 shooter. I don't shoot 9 unless it's for work. But even with work, half the time it's 9, half the time it's 40. But yeah, 40 caliber is my preference, not 9. Glock 22 full frame, EDC, CCW, a Jet 5 Glock 23, blue label special. SIG P226 Satan says, yeah, the old SIGs are nice. Yeah, the old steel frame SIGs are fine. Let's say Glock. Well, hey, I've used it the longest out of anything. I have the most experience with it, and it's just a reliable track record. It's a reliable unit. Especially in the conditions where I live, and Saint Canadian can attest to this a little bit because he's kind of relative. Although I think you live a little further east in Canuckistan up there, but being the Great Lakes area, it gets very cold here, and some stuff just does not perform. Glocks do, and MMPs do. So that's why I say them. Apart from just liking them because they perform. What can I say? Glock gang, Red Raider. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Glock gang. That's for sure. Yeah, just say I've got a Gen 3 Glock 22. I carry a Gen 5 Glock 23. I like them. Exposed hammers are a win-lose situation with the cold. Fact, Board American. Yeah, it is. Also, you have to use a different lubricant up here. I don't like oil and CLP anyways. Like I use grease, but those or a heavier weight like ATF or automatic transmission fluid or even a motor oil, heavier weight is going to be better than standard CLP and things like that. But grease is the way to go, in my opinion, for lubricants. It helps with the reliability, especially in snowy, icy, cold conditions and things like that. Hammers. Yeah, hammers. It is win-lose. Double-edged sword. 226 is finally cool. Yeah, it's steel frame. Yeah, and it's an older SIG. They run well. They do. They're fun to shoot too. I won't lie there. They're fun to shoot too. The same with high power. I like high powers too. Old Browning high powers. They run pretty good. I've not shot one up here in my area, but I've shot one before. The 226 Dream Gun as a kid, but the M9 won me over after I watched Die Hard. Yeah, Die Hard and Lethal Weapon, the first Lethal Weapon. Yeah. There, it's an iconic pistol, that's for sure. I mean, use time. I shot it a couple of times in the Army, but it was in contracting shortly after that I had a little more experience with the M9. But it just there's some things I didn't like about it, and there were things I did like about it. It's a very accurate pistol. It is. It just yeah, I'm just not a huge fan of hammer fire. Besides reliable models, which the M9 is for the most part. AW fellow grease respecter, hell yeah, Milcom TW25B all the way. Using grease on your rifles and pistols for years, and I've never had an issue. Yeah, that's the only thing I use now. That's all I use. Pistols, rifles, whatever. Yeah, it's all grease. Preferably TW25B Milcom. If not, the MP7 Pro grease is all right. And I believe actually Amsoil makes a weapon specific grease, which is random, but they make really good oil, motor oil and stuff anyway. So I would assume that it's a pretty reliable lubricant. But yep, grease is the way. I've been using it since 2008, 2009. Yeah, grease is the way. Stays where you want it, protects, easy to wipe clean and just clean. Like, yeah, I mean, and I absolutely hate CLP. Cannot stand CLP. Even now, just mentioning it, I can smell it. Hey, Yeti's uncle, what's up, man? How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. CLP is almost a slur in my area. Yeah. Nope, no CLP for me. Not a fan. You just use high temp bearing grease. Yeah, it works. And white lithium grease works too, you know. Yeah, it doesn't run off between range trips. Exactly. And it again, grease is just the best lubricant for firearms. It is. Yep. Hell yeah. Yeti, Grease Gang. There we go. That's what we're talking about. Hey, got some more people coming in. Welcome. Say hello in the chat. Ask a question, whatever you'd like. We still have about 28 minutes left in the stream, so happy to answer some questions. Thanks for tuning in and dropping by. Appreciate you. Those that weren't here earlier and didn't catch it, I do have some songs coming out in the new Grunt Proof Suit Challenge Season 3, as well as some other music projects in the works with album releases and stuff. Board American. So what type of grease would you recommend? Gets both hot and very cold here. Yeah, Milcom TW25B. Or you can go with a white lithium grease or a high temp bearing grease. Who is stronger, Lemmy or God? Well, God is subjective based on personal beliefs. Lemmy is a legend for sure. Pour one out for Lemmy. So I can't actually answer that question really. It's a very subjective. Well, I guess subjective to me, but so with belief structures, we've got the Aesir and Vanir, and there's a pantheon of gods within each of those in the heathen belief system. Answer Lemmy is God. I mean, he's up there. And I love Motorhead and everything. He's a legend, that's for sure. As far as in the metal hard rock compendium, the pantheon, Lemmy is at the top, that's for sure. Born American, what type of mercenary work have you done and what led you to that path? So the name, the meaning behind my name, DJ the Metalhead Mercenary, being a security contractor, That's PMC, private military contracting, and otherwise. A lot of people are willfully ignorant about the delineation and difference between what an actual contractor is and what a mercenary is, because there are differences. So they just call contractors mercenaries. So I just embrace that taboo or whatever, because they're not gonna listen, and they don't want to listen. They just want to have their uh, ignorant, predisposed views on those things. So that's where that comes from in my name. But I've worked worldwide protective services contract, so that's overseas, for the State Department and Department of Defense, in places like Iraq. I've done freelance executive protection work in Central and South America, as well as here domestically. So I've been around, and worked a number of different jobs within the contracting space. And I also work right now as a I still do some executive protection, but I also work as a consultant and senior security advisor for several large and smaller security companies and risk management and crisis response groups and things like that. Um, so hopefully that answers your question there a little bit. AW, crazy that Lemmy will be gone 7 years in a few weeks. Yeah, no, it's strange. It's been a while. The same with like Jeff Hanneman, Slayer, died a few years ago. We've lost a lot of legends lately. It is hard to believe. Sabaton just did a really good cover of Motorhead not terribly long ago too. If anyone hasn't seen that was a pretty good cover. Yeti's uncle. That's what sucks about being old. Seeing your heroes die. It's been rough recently. Yeah, it has, man. It's been rough recently. There's been a lot of legends that we've lost, and young guys too. There's been a lot of young guys in the game that we've lost too, sadly, due to a variety of things. Yeah, it is. It's a strange time, especially seeing those icons too, because like some of them, like Lemmy and some of the dudes in a lot of those other classic hard rock and metal bands and stuff that are passing away. My parents grew up on those too, and I got exposed to those when I was young too and stuff. So it is really crazy to see that generational change going on right now. It is weird. Board American, pretty cool. Yeah, man. I mean, I've a lot of experience. I was Army from 05 to 08, and then pretty much ever since then, I worked in a variety of different private sector roles in the security industry. Board American, what do you think of Stolen Valor? Yeah, yeah. I think what some of those guys, not just Don Shipley, and Master Sergeant, I forget what his whole name is on YouTube. Like what those guys are doing, calling all those guys out, I think is a really good thing, and they should be called out. Some of those guys that do Stolen Valor, I mean, they've got some serious mental issues. Some of them, and some of them are just straight up scummy POSs that deserve to have their ass kicked. Um, so it's a strange thing with the Stolen Valor, but they all need to be called out and corrected. Army represent. Saint Canadian. My grandfather told me getting old is like combat all over again as he watched his friend pass away. Ugh, I could see that though. That's actually a very real and relatable kind of comparison. Yeti's uncle. Have you ever noticed the guys who do Stolen Valor are always SEALs or Recon or Delta Force? None of them are cooks or motor pool. Right. some who may have some semblance of understanding may try to play the lesser known and long game with it, but they always end up getting found. But yeah, a lot of those guys just, yeah, dude, I don't know what the hell is going on in their head, but it's pretty easy to tell when they haven't served. So call them out at every chance. They feel unimportant and unachieved and need something to cope. Yeah, I mean that's part of it. They want to scam in and get in and scam on that recognition. They want to Again, some of them just have mental problems. Some are just dumb. Just low IQ mouth breather motherfuckers, right? Like, I don't know. It's a whole gambit with those kinds of people, that's for sure. Saying Canadian, we tore into one in another Discord that whole money scam. Claim JTF2, send him to Afghanistan without a weapon. Yeah, that's called out right off the gate. Right out the gate. Representative gunfight is a shoot fight. It was probably from like India or something too, wasn't he? Yeah, see, yeah, called it, dude. A lot of those scammers try that. They're idiots. You see the scams too with like even like IRS scams and some of those scams, and they're pretending to be federal employees or federal agents even. And it's like they don't have a DO number. You can ask them what a DO, what's your DO number. You can ask them, a number of other things, and they're not going to know what those are. So it's easy to find them out. Tribe of Men? Question mark. No, the Stolen Valor guys are not a tribe. They're just individual chuckle fucks. I don't know, man. Oh, he was Canadian. You found his house. Ooh, nice. Yeah, put him on blast, man. Not that I approve of doxing, but those kinds of guys, yeah, you should absolutely be putting them on blast at least. Screenshots, posting, those Discord conversations, exposing the scam and things like that. That's the same as videotaping a dude on the side of the road with a part of a uniform on, claiming a veteran status when he's not, or whatever, when you see it otherwise and stuff. Claimed he was on a Navy mission that was Army and Afghan. Something's wrong with that man. There's something wrong with that dude. Board American. There was a server called Tribe of Men. Oh, okay. We got banned from it instantly for a meme making making fun of the chumps in there, but that's besides the fact. Oh, gotcha. He posted his house and sent people his webpage. Well, yeah, freaking scammers. Yeah, definitely deserves it then. Stuart, hey bro, been lurking, not too sociable lately. Keep rocking. Hey, I'm glad you popped in, man. Say hey at the least. I'm glad you did. I'm glad you're here, man. Appreciate you tuning in. I know you haven't put anything up in a while, but I hope you're doing all right. Hope you're doing all right. Oh, damn. That is, yeah, I agree with Yeti. That is a brave moron to do that, but he is a moron and he deserves everything bad that's coming to him for doing that. Yeah. Raise a black flag. Damn straight. Show you pics of this guy in Discord. He was funny. Yeah, whatever. DM it to me or whatever. That's funny. I'll check it out later. All right. Got about 7 minutes left. Man, that went fast there, talking. Wired Tight says hello again. Just got a message from him. Just got a message from him. Yeah, I look forward to that. Anyone else is joining? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Say hello, ask a question. I got a few minutes left here in my live stream going on almost 2 hours. I'll hop in VC. I might not be in VC. I'm just probably going to hop on just for a little bit and see if I have any comments or anything that was directed at me and stuff. Check my DMs and stuff, and then BV Luminous Team House is on soon. Yay! Is in like the podcast with Jack Murphy and stuff, or is that like a TV show you're talking about? I'm not sure what you mean, because I don't really watch TV. Yeah, the podcast. Okay, yeah, I'm familiar with the podcast. Phoenix. Hey, brother. How you doing? Thanks for dropping in. Oh, it's fine. Yeah, you're catching the leg end of it. It's all right. Yeah, I'm familiar with Team House guys. I've actually talked to them before. Um, it almost seemed like they wanted to have me on at one point, but I was never special operations or anything. So I was like, yeah, they weren't interested. Even I was talking a lot in the comments and stuff, especially when they were talking to contractors and stuff, and talking about Eric Prince and stuff, because I've been a contractor for a long time, so have a lot of knowledge and experience with that, obviously. But yeah, they weren't interested with having me on because I wasn't OGA, or I wasn't doing OGA stuff or anything like that. So OGA is other government agency, for anyone out there, like GRS. 13 hours movie, those guys were GRS. So they were contracted guys that were both working under the agency and for a private company, which at the time was Blackwater. Yeti's uncle, gotta bounce. Y'all be good. Keep kicking ass. Oh, yeah. Thanks for tuning in, brother. Appreciate you. Thanks for coming in. A few minutes left here. Any last questions? Anything like that? We'll address them here and do that all up, and then we'll call it here in about 5 minutes or so. Oh, you're back. Well, you're catching the last 5 minutes or so, Ogre. Welcome back. Yeah, that's what sells. Like, everyone wants to be soft. Yeah, well, and that's the thing. Like, even then, where do they start out, right? You know, and you work enough, you gain enough experience. I mean, you're going to be doing a lot of things, especially if you get once you're out of the military, you're going to have a lot of opportunities, which I've had, and it's awesome. Got a lot of really cool experiences and done some really good work. So. Grunt, grunt life. Goddamn right. I'll try AW. Have an MC. If you don't stream again before then. Probably not. I celebrate Yule. But thank you. I appreciate it. And right back at you. A blessed Yule and a Merry Christmas to you too. Probably won't live stream before then. No. More videos coming soon though, because I usually try and do at least one video a week. Phoenix, I do notice podcasts. Never want to talk to grunts. Well, I mean, and that's why Modern Frontiersman, Wired Tight, Grunt Proof, like Brent 0331, like a lot of those guys are talking to grunts, and guys that have done other things, which is good because there needs to be more of that, because that's a lot of history there too. That's a lot of important stuff, just as much as what the tier 1 guys are doing. You know, talk to cool guys and sweep the accomplishments of regular infantry under the rug. Yeah. Go. Every soft guy started out in the dirt. Exactly. Absolutely. My senior drill sergeant in infantry OSIT, he was a Green Beret. He was in 10th group, but he didn't come from the infantry. He actually served in the Greek military, then came to the U.S., started serving in the American military, in the U.S. military, in a cav unit, and then he went Green Beret. So that guy was even more seasoned than a lot of guys. And this was early on. We're talking early GWAT, and he had served all through the 90s and stuff. So one of our, I was 3rd platoon. One of our 1st platoon drill sergeants was one of the Rangers in Task Force Ranger in Somalia back in the 90s. Johnson, if anyone knows that name or remembers that Johnson. Yuletide, my guys. Yeah, exactly. Yule is here. Not sure if you do or can have a fire where you. I have a place where I can do like an outdoor big fire with like a Yule goat and things like that. I don't have a fireplace in my apartment, so no. The Yule feast. We call it a blot ogre. It's called a blot. Drink, be merry, and some mead. Dude, mead's the best. I love mead. I always have at least a bottle or two in my fridge. You got RLI for a chaplain? That's awesome, dude. Yeah. When I went into contracting, we had some of the guys who were old ex SADF recce guys and stuff too that we worked with. They're fantastic dudes. Those guys have a lot of knowledge. The Ranger program wouldn't be what it is without the RLI and the SADF guys too, because a lot of them came back and came to the States and contributed a lot to those programs. When a Padre has more combat kills than everyone, yeah, exactly. It's like that running Vet TV joke too, with the chaplain in the Grunts Life show on Vet TV. It's like that. It's pretty funny, but it's true. A lot of those guys have stacked bodies, man. Oh, really? Guess it's time to feed my cat again. That is the 2-hour mark, so I'm gonna call it here. It has been great. Thank you, everyone, for all of the great questions, both in the community posts and in the live chat here. I appreciate all of everyone for dropping in and saying hey and talking and all that stuff. So this rounds out Q&A 12 for 2023, the month of December and the end of the year. Wish everyone happy holidays, a blessed Yule, and otherwise. And be safe out there. Be safe on the roads and in your travels. Be safe in your jobs. Go train and medal up. Out.